Dear friends, today we are going to learn a poem, Father Returning Home. This poem is composed by famous and noted Indian English writer Dilip Chitre. Dilip Purushottam Chitre was a bilingual Indian writer who wrote in Marathi as well as in English. He was a notable Indian poet, critic, painter and filmmaker of modern era. His contribution to Indian writing in English has been immense. His Ekun Kavita or collected poems was published in 1990s and his last collection of poems in English, that is As Is Where Is, was published in 2007. He was an accomplished translator and his famous translations is that of Marathi Bhakti poetry written by Saint Tukaram as Says Tuka. He was one of the most important figures behind the Little Magazine movement of 1960s in Marathi literature. He has won several state awards for his films and was recognized internationally for his poetry. Father Returning Home is basically an autobiographical poem. It is a true account of the poet's father Purushottam Chitre's life in 1957 when they moved from Baroda to Mumbai. The poem advocates the pathetic condition of a common man in general, that is, an old man who does hard work throughout his life for the family but leads a lonely, monotonous life where no one is paying attention towards him, to have a word with him or to understand his feelings. Now I will go with the poem Father Returning Home line by line. My father travels on the late evening train, standing among silent commuters in the yellow light. Suburbs slide past his unseeing eyes. His shirts and pants are soggy and his black raincoat stained with mud and his bag stuffed with books is falling apart. His eyes dimmed by age fade homeward through the humid monsoon night. Now I can see him getting off the train, like a word dropped from a long sentence. He hurries across the length of the grey platform, crosses the railway line, enters the lane. His chappals are sticky with mud, but he hurries forward. Home again, I see him drinking weak tea, eating a stale chapati, reading a book. He goes into the toilet to contemplate man's estrangement from a man-made world. Coming out, he trembles at the sink, the cold water running over his brown hands. A few droplets cling to the graying hairs on his wrist. His sullen children have often refused to share jokes and secrets with him. He will now go to sleep, listening to the static on the radio, dreaming of his ancestors and grandchildren, thinking of nomads entering a subcontinent through a narrow pass. So this is a poem, Father Returning Home. In the next video, we will discuss about the summary of the poem